All right, let's see what lies behind it. Whoa.
What is up, Goon Squad? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are standing by our parts Lamborghini Huracan, and the reason why is because we still need a few more little things for our current Huracan that we are rebuilding to button up that quarter panel. As we were mentioning before, we are going to completely secure it back on the car because we already painted everything. And the things that we need to pull off this car are these little black, what would you call them?
Retainers. I'd call them a retainer probably.
Yeah, black little retainers that actually lock into the carbon fiber, because you can't just screw something into the carbon fiber. As you can tell, they absolutely get ripped off when the car is damaged. But luckily we have a good side over here on the driver's side of this Huracan. It is burnt a little bit, but the retainer should be completely intact right along here. So the first thing that we're gonna do today is try to remove this quarter panel, take them retainer clips out, and secure our quarter panel. So actually, guys, what we started doing is cleaning up this engine bay before we actually start taking off that quarter panel. It's because all this stuff is actually in the way to reach up under here and unscrew a bunch of these bolts. All this carbon fiber needs to be removed. And what we've been doing is actually separating the carbon fiber between the actual like junk stuff over here, because I actually heard you can recycle that stuff, which is really interesting. So if you guys know where we can possibly send that to, or maybe somebody locally. But in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and clean this engine bay up and then hopefully remove this quarter panel. Sonic strut.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's any good. Probably not.
Definitely not. That's crazy. I guess that's just a full, that's exactly how much it opens up to drop that top in there, right?
Yep, looks like it.
That's crazy. Look at all this.
What is that?
It's all like aluminum and plastic.
It's crazy how these pieces right here are actually all carbon fiber.
Full carbon. Look, you can even see the stuff that they used to make it, the resin. It's like it was started to melt out. That's crazy.
I would have never thought that these pieces would have been carbon though. That's weird. I guess they wanted it to be super lightweight so the struts can pick it up.
That and I mean the soft top, I wonder if it's heavier than the coupe, you know, than the regular, you know.
Oh, the actual car?
Yeah, I wonder if the soft top car is a lighter car or a heavier car. So that might have been just to save weight because the mechanism was probably so heavy, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
But we're getting there. Look, now we can get to these bolts over here. This one right here. There's one over here. There's quite a bit of them, but we're getting to them. We just got to keep our masks on because all this carbon fiber is just flying around in the air. And it gets pretty itchy, so we don't want to mess with this stuff too long. But we cleaned up the engine bay really good, guys. Check that out. You can actually start to see the exhaust and everything.
See the exhaust, the wiring harness. I mean, it melted everything, but
that's insane, dude. That's crazy. Look, there's even one of the strut right here for something.
The sump got melted.
Yep, the sump. Look at this. That's the cap. Got melted off, and then all these hoses and stuff. That's crazy how much heat there was right here. All that fuel probably was just bursting up into flames. But let's keep going and try to get this quarter panel off as soon as we can. There's still a ton of work, but we're just gonna keep moving. Guys, so we interrupt this program to ask you guys a very serious question. Do you shower? Do you shave? Do you brush your teeth? We thought so. Well, luckily today's sponsor is no other than Dollar Shave Club. They have everything you need to help you feel, look, and smell your best. Finding the best products is hard and unnecessarily expensive, especially for us when we're always staying busy working on our projects. But these guys make it so easy. They have top shelf products that do amazing things and they deliver on your schedule. I know what you're thinking. You don't need no razor, you don't need no shaving cream, but not only that, they have shower products, oral care products, hair products, skin products, and also butt wipes. So if you have a body, they got you covered. Dollar Shave Club knows that your face deserves the best. You can get a clean face and a great shave with their new $5 starter set. So what's included in the starter set is one executive razor handle, as well as a cassette of 4 razors, some shaving butter, and my personal favorite is the Hawaiian Ginger Daily Facial Cleanser. This stuff works wonders and I absolutely love it. So guys, to join the club, go to the link down below, because if you're supporting the Dollar Shave Club, you're supporting the Goon Squad channel. Let's get back to work.
So before we can take this quarter panel off, we do got to remove this rocker panel. So let's grab our Torx bits and take this thing off. That's an expensive piece right there.
Oh yeah, this piece is expensive.
About, I'd say 1,500. No damage to it. You know, that stuff right there just cleans right up. So
1,500 for this?
what did you find?
Like 3,000.
Whoa. Maybe with this little Huracan thing right here, it's still got the clear wrap on it also. So that's pretty neat. And this is also pretty expensive right here, I think. And this will only work for the spiders. The coupe is different than the spider, right?
Yeah,
this little piece right
the
here.
The hard tops versus the convertible ones are way different, especially the quarter panels. I mean, you can definitely tell.
Yeah, it's way different.
Smaller.
And I didn't know that these pieces were actually carbon fiber, which is also unique. There's so much differences about this car, but then there's also similarities. So
oh yeah,
it's awesome to find all this stuff out. So let's just keep on moving.
Well, here's our little plastic things. So we went ahead and found the retainers that we need. As you can tell, there's one right here, and I think there's one more down there. So 3 retainers, that should be plenty. So let's go ahead and try to remove this piece of quarter panel. And we're only gonna remove the front half because we went ahead and did a little cut right there. So we don't have to remove the whole entire back half of the quarter panel. It's just gonna take way too much time, especially on this burnt Lamborghini. So let's go ahead and try to remove this little piece.
All right, let's see what lies behind it. Whoa.
That's some tough bolts after they got heated a little bit.
Yep, that was, but dang, that is crazy. Look at that. I'm pretty sure the same thing goes on behind the
actual
coupe
one, yeah, without the soft top. But check that out, dude. That thing is crazy. It's like tall compared to the one on the passenger side.
Got the transmission cooler there, and this is what we need right there.
I think this is just a regular oil cooler, like for the car.
Oh yeah, it probably runs through the sump. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a regular oil cooler. So let's try to get these things off. They look a little bit difficult, but hopefully they come right off without them breaking, honestly. And this is just the adjustment. You can actually move the quarter panel out and in, which is pretty crazy, but let's go ahead and try to take this off really carefully without breaking anything. Some little tabs right there is what breaks whenever it gets wrecked right in the quarter panel. So we need about all of these that we can get, and hopefully we can go ahead and secure our quarter panel for good. And this is the only thing we're lacking. So let's go ahead and remove the rest of them and go move on to our quarter panel.
Alrighty guys, so now that we got all the mounting points installed, before we can install that quarter panel for good, we do got to remove that radiator one last time just to install these 2 bolts right here. So let's go ahead and remove it, and then we can fasten that quarter panel for good. Alrighty guys, so we got the majority of the bolts already in, but now we're trying a few other parts just to make sure everything lines up perfectly, getting all them body gaps, you know, almost OEM, or just like OEM.
Almost OEM or better than OEM.
Better than OEM on this one, you know.
Yeah, we're gonna line everything up so we can go ahead and screw this quarter panel on 100% so we don't have to realign anything. So that's what we're doing with all these parts. We're gonna put them back on and see if everything, all the gaps with the bumper, with the tail light, and this little piece right here, make sure everything is 100%.
Man, it is starting to come together. We got a few more bolts from the back of the quarter panel, and also the radiator. The radiator's not in yet. There's a few bolts that go in before the radiator, along with those two bolts right there. But the quarter panel is almost fully secured, and man, we're gonna be going to that paint booth here really soon, but we do want to do them test panels like you were saying, so.
Yeah, that's one of our main things is test panels so we can get the paint 100%. I want it to match perfectly so we don't have to do a lot of blending on a lot of panels, so we're gonna go ahead and do that probably in the morning.
If Thomas can get up early enough and quit fooling around.
He'll do some work, man.
Thomas, you gonna do work or what? Alrighty guys, check that out. The rear end is starting to come together. All the body lines are looking absolutely amazing, but most of the stuff is gonna come back apart when we're gonna be in the painting process, but we're gonna continue working tomorrow, so we're gonna catch you guys then. Peace.
Alrighty guys, so it is the next day here. Let's run to the store, grab some test panels, and test some paint. Alright guys, so we are here. We grabbed our test panels. We're gonna have to throw some sealer on them, do our normal thing, do a few coats of pearl on each one, and hopefully get the right exact match. So let's head back to the shop. Alrighty guys, so we are back. We're gonna get everything set up, and then we're gonna start spraying.
So what we just did was actually spray sealer on all these panels, and we mixed up our base coat, and what's gonna happen is we're gonna throw the equal amount of base coat on all these panels, but what's gonna be different is the pearls actually. So what we're gonna do is throw 2 coats of pearl here, 3, 4, and then 5 coats on that last one, because we already did throw 1 coat on the quarter panel, so that one didn't match up really well. So once we throw the different amount of pearls and then our clear coat, of course, then we're gonna go test it to our original paint. Alright guys, so the base coat went down nice. It's drying right now. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing our pearls up. Dang, check that out. Still can't get over how crazy it looks. So hopefully we can spray an extra coat on each one and get one to match. That's the biggest goal, is at least to get one to match. So I think we will. We probably will. I don't know, but if not, we got 2 more test panels. We'll probably come up with something, but let's go ahead and mix this stuff up and spray some pearls. So we got those test panels drying. That is just base coat and the pearl. We got the one with 5 or 4 coats of pearl on it.
5.
5 coats of pearl. Now is what time is it now?
Now it's clear coat time. They are pretty dry right now, so we're gonna tape them back up and throw clear on all of them. Probably just do
One coat or two? Or actually, it doesn't matter. One coat will probably show its true color.
Or I'm gonna go ahead and do two
Just
coats.
do two.
Yeah, do 2 coats like we did on that quarter panel, so it's a nice and thick coat of clear, and then we can match it up after that. After they dry, of course. So once they are fully cured, we can put it up to the car and test it out. So I'm gonna go ahead, set up my clear coat gun, then we're gonna start spraying. Alrighty guys, check this out. They are 100% painted. We got them outside baking. This should speed the process up about an hour before we can actually start messing with them, testing them to the car. But for now, we're gonna go back inside the shop and we're gonna finish assembling the rear end of the Huracan to make sure the body lines are 100% before we actually start painting.
She does need a wash though.
Man, she is filthy.
But
look at all that pollen, that dust.
Pollen, man, that spring season pollen. But everything else is lining up, right?
Everything lines up really good so far. I'm gonna go ahead and put this vent in, honestly. And you may not think that it matters, but actually that vent is like really strong plastic, and it does have a nice little gap along the tail light, the bumper, and the quarter panel. So I wanna make sure it all lines up 100%. And I honestly just wanna see this rear end complete, and we may give this thing a wash afterwards, because whenever we're gonna be doing them test panels, we don't want this to be all dirty and stuff, then it's gonna be a really big mismatch. So let's go ahead, put that little, I would call that a rear grill instead of a vent. You know what I mean?
It's like a mesh, but honestly, I was thinking before we wash it, maybe we should do some good old-fashioned donuts.
Donuts in the back over there? Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know. We've almost done every single car except for the Viper, the ZL1, and this because.
And we're gonna do it to a Lambo.
I don't know, man. That's the thing. We love keeping our stuff clean. It's just so hard to keep it clean, but.
We may have to send it. We don't know.
We may have to send it. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that together, and then we'll go from there. We'll figure something out. Man, that little piece just makes it look so much better.
Oh yeah, it looks really good. There is a few things that go behind here. You won't be able to see that bracket and stuff, but we're just not gonna focus on putting them on because it's coming back off. But dude, that looks super good.
And it lines up perfectly.
Yeah, everything lined up really good, dude. I'm happy with the results. Now I'm just more excited on trying to get this thing completely painted and everything, dude, so we can completely assemble this thing and take it on the road, dude.
Yes, sir.
This thing's legit.
I was just thinking about doing them donuts. They're the full send, but then I was looking at that radiator. I was like, no, sir, we are not going to risk that without putting that inner fender in there.
Oh, yeah, man. A little rock, bust that open. That's
$500 down the drain.
Ooh, can't have that. But are we going to wash it?
Yeah, we can wash it, though, for sure. This thing definitely needs a wash.
Alrighty guys, she is nice and clean. Now we're gonna go ahead and pull her back inside, go check on them test panels, see if they're nice and dry, and then maybe do some tests.
Alright, so these seem pretty dry. We're gonna try every single one of them, or we're just gonna go one at a time,
One
right?
at a time. This is number 2. This is 2 coats.
2 coats of pearl.
Oh yeah.
Maybe pop it off and use the center as a reference also.
Look at that, we just set all 4 of them up in a row, 2, 3, 4, and 5 coats of that pearl. And right now it's looking like the 5 coats is the best match, but I don't know for sure. What do you think? Is it just because of the lighting right now?
Yeah,
the way
maybe
it's set?
Maybe the angle, but that one does look really close. So more pearl is probably definitely in the mixture.
In the mixture of this paint for sure. So let's go ahead and pull it outside in the sun and get the best results.
Dude, it's so bright. I think it's this one.
Oh man, it is.
It's gotta be, look at that. You can barely see it.
You can barely see it, but this one looks good too, you know what I mean?
Pretty close, but it's not there. You can kind of see the difference right here.
This one's way too white. You see
Yeah,
that?
too white, not
coats.
enough pearl.
3 coats of pearl, still a little bit too white. 4 coats, almost there, and
That
5
coats has gotta be it. Look at that, guys. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. I
Maybe
think
on camera it looks different, I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to review the footage, but
Definitely. But maybe it needs 6, 7, or 8, or even 10 coats. We don't know, but we haven't asked any Lamborghini painter or anything like that, but we're doing this just to make sure we get that perfect exact paint match. So that looks really good. So 5 coats, we're on it right now.
Alrighty guys, so out of all the test sheets, I think 5 is the perfect one because you could hardly even see it on the car. So we are getting closer and closer to getting this car into the paint booth. Other than that front bumper, it will be in here soon. So guys, be sure to stay tuned. Make sure your post notifications are on so you don't miss out on anything. Also guys, be sure to follow us on Instagram where you can get an inside scoop there before YouTube. And if you haven't, be sure to copy some merch at goonsquad.com and support your boys. So with that being said, thank you guys for all the love and support. Be sure to stay tuned and we'll catch you next time. Peace.